Without further ado, Kershad from WeWalk.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me. It's really a pleasure to be here. Where should I start? Maybe I can start with introducing myself. Who am I? And then I can talk about WeWalk. It's also related with my story as well, because I am blind from birth, and I studied boarding school for the blind children at primary school, and then I went to inclusive high school education, and then I studied psychological counseling. And while I was studying at the university, I have been as an exchange student in the United States. And while I was studying at the university, I applied to YGA. YGA is a social innovation incubator. And then I got accepted to this program. Also, after my graduation, I used to work in Roche Pharmaceuticals company. However, after some months, some years, I resigned from my job, and I started to develop technologies for the visually impaired professionally with my colleagues, with my friends. So today we will talk about WeWalk Smart Cane. However, as a team, we have implemented various technologies for the visually impaired. We started this journey almost 10 years ago. And our first technology was an application, and we provided intellectual contents to visually impaired community, such as daily news columns, audiobooks, magazines, etc. And after that, year by year, we added new technologies into this application, and such as indoor navigation technology. It was around 2014, we launched our indoor navigation solution. And right now it's making more than 2 millimeter squares more accessible for visually impaired. And after that, we developed our audio description technology. As you know, as a visually impaired person, when I go to movie theaters, there are many silent scenes of the movies, and it's hard to catch all visual details. This application, this technology, listens the sound of the movie, and it automatically synchronizes with the sound of the movie, and it detects which scene is on the screen right now, and it automatically provides audio description at the right time. A blunt man came into the room, took the keys, went out back, blah blah. That kind of audio description it's providing. And so far, we audio described more than 200 movies. And also, for the last 3 years, we have been working on WeWalk technology. Also, it has also interesting story. 3 years ago, I was at New York to give a speech at United Nations, and as you guess, I was trying to find my hotel, and I was using my white cane in my hand. And with my other hand, I was holding my smartphone, and I was checking the GPS direction. At the same time, I had to pull my luggage. Since I have 2 hands, and both of them are occupied, I have to do 3 different things, managing the white cane and using the smartphone and pulling the luggage. And not surprisingly, I bumped into a pole, all of in this chaos. So that's why right now you can see some scars on my head right now. And also, this is not only my problem. As you know, according to the World Health Organization, there are 253 million visually impaired people. And to solve these problems, we created WeWalk, and it has 3 main features. The first one is it can detect overhead obstacles and alerts its users by vibrating. As a second feature, it can pair with our smartphones. It means I don't need to hold my smartphone while I'm walking anymore. I can put into my pocket and keep managing my smartphone over my WeWalk's touchpad. Also, as a third feature, and this feature is so important for myself. This maybe I like this feature most because WeWalk can gain new features day by day with software updates. This is so important because 3 months later, when I woke up, I might have more developed WeWalk in my hands with just software updates. For example, we have released our public transportation feature. With this feature, visually impaired people can get information about the bus timeline while they are waiting at the bus stop. You know, before this feature, I had to ask someone else, "Hey, could you let me know when this bus arrive?" Blah blah. And we are solving this problem. As a second newest feature that we released, what is around me feature. With this feature, I can get information about the closest restaurants, cafes, stores, etc. So those are the features, those are the technology that we developed so far. And also I can show how does it look. So I'm holding the WeWalk cane right now, and this is the handle part of the WeWalk. It can be attachable to Ambutech canes. And then, I'm sorry.
12, battery,
yeah.
50.
Sorry. As you see, it talks to me, and it has ultrasonic sensor on it, and touchpad, and microphone, speaker. And also it has gyroscope, accelerometer, compass in itself to provide more accurate navigation experience to visually impaired community. Also, with all of these features, we are improving ourselves day by day. We will release a new version, and all people can experience it, especially low vision people. You know, people who has sight loss can use our technology as well, because it is low vision compatible. You can set your size, or you can set different colors. Also, we developed our own map view to support low vision people as well. So this is the WeWalk technology that we have developed so far. At the same time, we released our technology just 1 year ago, and we have reached visually impaired people in more than 37 different countries. And also during this process, we started really powerful partnerships. For example, we are partnering with Imperial College London to develop indoor navigation technology with more accuracy. And this R&D project is supported by the government of UK, United Kingdom. Also, WeWalk is a Microsoft AI for Good company. It means we are collaborating with Microsoft to increase the AI capacity of WeWalk together. Right now, I have really good news. There will be a big announcement that we will develop our technology with Microsoft soon. It's just a teaser, so coming soon.
Sorry, what do you say? You have an announcement coming up, is what you're saying?
Yes, it's going to be, but right now maybe I can
You
keep
shouldn't be
it
talking
secret.
about it, is what you're saying, but it has to do. Fair
Yeah.
enough. All right, everyone,
Yeah.
there's a teaser for you.
Top secret. I love it. Got about 5 minutes if we want to open it up to questions.
So for people who are new to Zoom, there's the ability to raise hands so you can go into your participant list. And then at the very bottom, there's a button that'll say raise hand. So feel free to raise your hand. I see people have already done so. I'm going to go ahead and start from the top and work our way down. Sharon Johnston, I see that you're available here. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to unmute yourself and feel free to ask Kershad a question. Go ahead, Sharon.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Okay.
we can.
Yes. One thing I want to ask is I live in Toronto, Canada, and I'm one with the CNIB. I'm wondering if the technology has come to Ontario yet.
Yes, some of our we have some users in Canada, and also we can also start collaboration with CNIB, and we are open it.
Okay, great. So
Okay.
you're saying in terms of distribution, are we only able to get a WeWalk cane from your website? I know you guys are
Yes,
sold out.
on our website. Yes.
Okay, so there's no distribution right now, Sharon. Are you
Yes.
with the CNIB, Sharon?
Yes, I am. And
Oh,
I
okay.
did send a letter of request
Oh.
for one. So because I run programs throughout the whole region. And so it would be an advantage if I could find out how to use it, because I like the opportunities. I am a white cane user.
Oh,
Perfect.
perfect. If you can share your email address, we can reach you, or also you can reach us over info@wewalk.io. We
Yeah.
would like to talk with you.
Perfect.
Yes,
Sharon, feel free
I did send an email, so
right,
maybe
so-
if you could respond to it.
Maybe-
I thank you
yeah.
very much.
Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you, Sharon.
Everything all right, Kershad? I mean, I think Sharon indicated that she sent an email over to info.
Yeah.
But if you like offline, I can chat with you, and if Sharon's okay with it, I can share her contact information with you.
Yeah,
Are you
would
okay
be
with that?
perfect.
No
Yes.
problem.
Yes.
Maybe we couldn't see your email. Sorry for that.
We'll make sure you guys get together.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. So the next question here, none other than Tori Diamond. Tori, how are you today? Feel free to unmute yourself. Thank you for your question. I'm excited to hear what it is. I know.
My
Hello.
question, hi guys, how are you?
Hi.
My question, excuse me, is similar to Sharon's question. I live in America, and is this technology, has it come to the States yet? And if it has, how much is it?
We don't have any distributor in the USA yet, but as I said, we have many users in the USA. They can, they bought it directly from our website. It costs $600 right now. Right now we have discounts and 30% off. So when you order right now, we will ship it in 1 month. So right now we all sold out. We are getting new pre-orders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Also, maybe I would like to one more thing. I told many different features, but these features are just a small piece of our big puzzle. We have a really big dream. We would like to make WeWalk a personal hub for visually impaired, which provides voice assistant, image recognition, and smart city integration. And that's why we are working for this dream, and we are adding these features to reach this dream. And also we are building collaborations around this dream with Imperial College London, Microsoft, and also lastly, Munich Technique University from Germany as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's terrific. And thank you. I mean, I think it's really important to have that end goal, you know, of having that hub. So thank you for sharing that with us. What we're going to do is if people who have their hands up, I see there's a bunch of you right now. Kirshat, are you comfortable staying a little bit late to answer a couple of extra questions
Sure.
at the top of the hour? Perfect.
Sure.
So we'll keep you on here. And then, of course, we're going to get started with Laura Legendary and the art that she produces. Laura, are you still with us? Oh, Laura, it looks like you're on mute. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to unmute. And then we'll get started with Laura. Hello, Laura. There we go.
Can you hear me?
And we're back.
Hi.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, good morning to everyone on the West Coast. I'm here in Pacific time. My name is Laura, and I wish those of you on the East Coast a good afternoon. Thank you to Crystal and the team for inviting me. And I'm here to talk about Elegant Insights Braille Creations, which is my business. So we're going from a high-tech presentation to a no-tech presentation. Elegant Insights Braille Creations is a small business. We offer a distinctive collection of jewelry and accessories, all handcrafted, made in the USA, and embossed in crisp, readable Braille. We have a wonderful inventory of products that are suitable for ladies or gentlemen. We have accessories and even some home decor and gift items. You'll find that Elegant Insights is all over the internet. Of course, our website destination, if you'd like to check it out, is at elegantinsightsjewelry.com. That's Elegant Insights, and I always like to point out insights is plural because I'd like to think I have more than one. elegantinsightsjewelry.com. And of course,
Laura,
you can find.
Laura, what I'll do is I'll share my screen so we can get so we can at least view what your website looks like, just so that, that everybody here who has vision, you can actually see it. If you're okay with that. Thanks, Laura.
Sure. You can also find me on social media. I'm on Twitter at Elegant Insights. I'm on Facebook at facebook.com/elegant.insights. And I'm on Instagram at Elegant Insights. So I am everywhere. As I said, my name is Laura. I'm the business owner, and I'm also the product designer. I'm totally blind. I have retinitis pigmentosa. And the collection we've created is specifically for people who read Braille, people who love Braille, people who are collectors of beautiful and unusual jewelry. In my opinion, Braille is beautiful. It is a design element. It's a feature of the jewelry beyond just having something to say. We like to say that we bring out the beauty of Braille. We have a collection of traditional jewelry and accessories items, things you would expect, like bracelets and necklaces and earrings, some of which I'll talk about today. And we also have a collection of fun accessories like cane charms, purse charms, bookmarks, barware, and even charms for your favorite four-legged traveling companion. You know, because why should you be the only one who gets to wear jewelry? So I'll start with our typical jewelry items. Our bracelets, necklaces, and earrings are organized into collections. So let's say, for example, you were to navigate the website and you were to click on Shop the Boutique. You would be taken to a page with all of our jewelry categories, cross-indexed by what we have to offer. For example, the collection names, such as the Falling in Leaf collection, would be for people who just love maple leaves and oak leaves and pine cones and acorns and things that represent fall and autumnal colors and the warm glow of brass and copper. So if you love all things autumn, you'll love the Falling in Leaf collection. You might like the Touch of Nature collection if you're the type of person who loves critters and botanicals like butterflies and birds and flowers and leaves, pastel colors and all things spring. You'll love the Touch of Nature collection. If you want to check out everything we have to decorate your white cane, then take a look at our Vein cane collection. But if you want to see all the bracelets we make in every category, then just click on the bracelets category and you'll see all of them. So as I said, we offer some traditional jewelry items, and I'll just mention one that is our most popular. The most easy to understand and our biggest seller is our I Love You necklace. So here's an example of a necklace that's available in 3 different metals: brass, copper, or stainless steel. And it is a typical necklace chain with a toggle clasp, that's sort of a fancy bar and ring clasp, and hanging from the clasp, worn in front, is a big heart pendant, and it's Braille embossed with the words, I love you. It's easy to understand. It makes a great gift. It's beautiful. We decorate all of our jewelry with natural gemstones such as rose quartz or lavender jade or blue agate or hematite. In some cases, we have freshwater pearls and beautiful metal accents. We have crystals and Swarovski pearls, and we embellish everything in a beautiful way. So if you have a particular love of color, we have pretty colorful things. And if you just love metallics, we have some items that are just all beautiful, shiny, contemporary metals. But the I Love You necklace is available, as I said, in 3 different styles. It's only $50, so it's affordable for just about everyone. And if you want a pair of matching earrings, our top selling pair of earrings is our Always and Forever earrings, where you have heart dangle earrings that match the necklace. So again, it's available in copper and rose quartz, or brass and lavender jade, or stainless steel and aluminum with blue agate and hematite beads. So you have warm tones and cool tones. And one earring says Always in grade 2 Braille, and the other earring says Forever in grade 2 Braille. And that is an example of a typical type of jewelry that we offer. We have several choices in earrings, and we have a brand new pair, just to give you a description of a new pair of earrings that we offer, called the Celestial Event earrings. For those of you who love sun, moon, and stars, we have a pair of earrings that represent the cosmos, with black and white pearls to represent the deep space and far-flung spatial objects. We have a ringed planet and a crescent moon and glittery stars, and they are on a lever-back earring finding. So here is a little promo, a little heads up about something new. We've been in business since 2011, so we're about to celebrate our 10-year anniversary next year. And in all that time, we've never offered anything other than pierced earrings. But just in the last couple of weeks, we've now introduced several of our earrings that are available in clip. So for those of you who don't have pierced ears for whatever reason, you can choose many of our earring pairs with a clip earring finding, which is more comfortable for a lot of people. They're easy on, easy off, and you know, people who don't have pierced ears often get shut out of pretty jewelry. So now there's something for everyone. We have charm bracelets, we have chain bracelets, we have those expandable bracelets that are the wire bangle style. All are decorated with our beads and charms, our Braille embossed pendants or charms, and everything matches back to something else in the collection. So if you buy a necklace and think to yourself, you know, this really cries out for a matching pair of earrings, you'll find it on our website. So check
Laura,
out our jewelry collection. Yes?
Sorry, just a quick question. I mean, this is all interesting stuff. I mean, I love the different varieties of things that you can purchase here. But I mean, what got you into jewelry? I mean, what was it that inspired you to with this such a niche market here? I'm curious about that.
Well, the story is a little on the personal side, and it's, you know, sometimes we have twists and turns in life that we have to navigate, and the jewelry was actually inspired by a difficult time in my life. I lost my husband less than 6 months after we married, and I was having a really tough time. I was inconsolable, and I was dragged kicking and screaming to a grief counselor. And at the end of the grief counseling sessions, I was given a little gift. And someone handed me a little worry stone. If you know what a worry stone is, it's just like a little token that you can hang on to that means something to you. These days we'd call it fidget jewelry. But I was given a little stone, and on the stone was engraved the word survivor. And the woman who handed it to me told me what it said, and I was rubbing my fingernail over it, trying to read what it said. As I said, it was engraved into the stone, and she said, "Now flip it over." And I flipped the stone over, and to my surprise, on the back of the stone, the word survivor was written in Braille. And I was so touched that someone would go out of their way to give me something that was personalized for me, something that would be meaningful to me. I mean, the little worry stone was sweet and everything, but I would never, you know, if I wasn't told what it said, I would never know. The fact that they bothered to put Braille on it, to this day, I don't even know how they did it. For all I know, they used a Braille labeler and stuck it on there with a piece of tape. But as I was turning it over and over in my hands, I was thinking to myself, I wonder if there's any way I can drill a hole in this and drop it onto a chain and wear it around my neck as a little token, something to keep me centered, something to keep me moving forward. And all of a sudden, in one flash of inspiration, the entire concept of Elegant Insights Braille Creations came to me all at once. And I couldn't get home fast enough. I raced for my computer. I pounded out product names, product descriptions, a business plan, a marketing plan, everything having to do with as many products as I could design as quickly as I could. And that was the beginning. That's what gave me the impetus to keep moving forward and move on with my life. And I've subsequently designed about 50 SKUs or so. And that's how the business was started. I decided that there must be something already out there. I looked all over the place, and I even looked at out-of-country options, thinking, well, there must be somebody out there that makes Braille jewelry. And I couldn't find anything. At least I couldn't find anything that I would want to wear. So I decided to design my own product line. And that's how Elegant Insights began.
Amazing. So yeah, I mean, you can go to the website at elegantinsightsjewelry.com and have a look at everything that Laura has created. And you've created all the jewelry there, or did you have any help? Because a lot of it's really beautiful. Not to say that you're not the best jewelry designer, but I'm just curious if you have like an outfit.
I've designed every single piece myself. I built the website myself. I write all the marketing copy myself. I do everything myself. The only thing I don't do is actually assemble the jewelry, but I buy and I curate all of the beads and charms and all the materials and components we use. I do absolutely everything. I'm the face of the business. I'm the voice of the business. And yeah, I do it all, except my employees actually do the assembly and they ship.
Amazing. So are you comfortable with me opening up questions, or do you want to add something else to this presentation?
I just want to add that I mentioned our jewelry, but we also offer some great accessories. And for those of you who will be attending the convention of the National Federation of the Blind next week, you'll find that Elegant Insights is exhibiting there. And so I invite you to go to the NFB convention page, find our profile. We will be opening up a Zoom room for presentations all week long. I invite all of you to drop in and say hello and learn about more jewelry and accessories. I also have a special going for those of you who are Federationists who might like a keepsake souvenir of the convention. You'll find it right on the homepage. It's a Live the Life You Want Braille key tag. It's 20% off through tomorrow. So pick that up if you'd like to have something Braille embossed with Live the Life You Want. And read the description because it has a couple of fun features that I think you'll like. And I look forward to seeing you all next week.
Perfect. Thank you, Laura. So if anyone is at the NFB, I believe it spans between the 14th and the 18th of July. Laura, what did you say the tagline was for that? Was it anywhere and everywhere?
Something like that.
So drop by the booth and talk to Laura and see her collections. I'm assuming you'll have all of your items there on display. And I'm going to open this up to a couple of questions. I have a couple of hands that are up. So let's get started. Paul, are you with us right now? I've gone ahead and asked you to unmute, so please unmute yourself and feel free to ask a question. Paul? Okay, we will wait for Paul. John, John from the East Coast. Hello, how are you today?
Not bad. Can you hear me?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, my question, I guess, was for the WeWalk, but wanting to know where you can obtain the information for it, but I guess that would not be in this setting, so.
That's fine. I mean, I think Kershat did mention that info at WeWalk, is it .com? I believe he has a website that you can access. .io, thank you. Yes, input output. So, and John, if you want to reach out to me, you can go ahead and do that, and I'll be happy to send that information over to you, okay?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Perfect, thanks, John. And Paul, are you, I believe you're still on mute, so if you are scrambling for that mute button, feel free to hit that whenever you have a second. I'm gonna move over to Mary. Mary, are you with us?
I'm actually Mary's husband, Gary.
Hello, so Mary and Gary.
Well, yeah, her name's Merry. She's a December 1st baby, and she's also new to eSight. I was just going to ask Laura. I was going to ask her that her items are all available on your website, and they're handcrafted here in lovely California.
We're actually located near Las Vegas.
Okay, that's you're still on the West Coast. Great.
I am.
And I was just going to say, do you source any of your material from offshore, or is it mostly from the U.S.?
All of my suppliers are U.S. suppliers, all of them.
Kudos to you for you sound. I'm going to go to your website, and I've got to kind of keep my voice down because I'm going to try and make a surprise to my lovely wife, and she also has RP, and you seem like a very creative, innovative, strong person, and the same falls for her. And I really want to thank you for your effort, energy, and you're a great spokesperson.
Well, thank you very much. I also wanted to tell you that we do offer a complete custom design service. So if you would like me to design something specifically for Mary, we would be delighted.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, nice lady.
Thanks, Gary.
Nice lady.
Sure.
Awesome. I see Michael is on here. Michael, are you around?
Hello, yes, hang on. I was.
No, we hear
can
you.
hear you.
Oh, you can, okay. Hey, so I was wondering, how do you, I don't know if you said it or not, because you were saying a lot of things and it was a lot of info. How do you get the Braille on your jewelry? Is it embossed directly on there? Do you have a peel and stick system?
We make everything by hand using hand tools. There isn't a machine in our studio. So we do everything by hand, as I said, using specific hand tools, and we do all the metal work ourselves. And we promise there's no peel and stick anything. It's all embossed directly into the metal.
Wow, so it's like, it would be like as if I took a stone, put it into my Brailler and started writing on it.
Well, you know, we don't talk about how we do it because I invented
Okay.
the tools to do it. It's,
Ah,
you know, proprietary.
okay.
It's
Okay.
our, you know, it's our little business secret, as they say.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's as specific as I'm willing to get.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you,
Well,
Michael,
thank
for
you
your
very
question.
much. Yep.
Perfect. We have another question. Actually, sorry, Paul is still on mute, so I guess we'll have to move on from that. But Laura, thank you so much. And if you
Of
want to hang around
course.
to the very end, and we'll let this thing extend past 1 o'clock Eastern Daylight, so that if anyone else does have any questions, we can move over to them. So the last piece will be on us, on eSight, in our device. I mean, a lot of people here are from eSight. I can see a lot of familiar names, but most of you already know that it's Conrad Lewis that went ahead and had one goal, and it was to help his sisters see again, or see, because they had Stargardts. And he's an electrical engineer, and he invented eSight, which was a groundbreaking device back in 2011. And what I'll do is I'll pass this off to Jordan, who's here, and he's our product expert with the particular device that we're talking about. So Jordan, why don't you carry this one forward?
Awesome. Thanks so much, Yuval, and welcome everyone. Really great being able to hear about the technologies and taking a look while I'm getting organized here, seeing all the jewelry available is always fantastic. What I ask of you is that if you have questions, feel free to ask them throughout in the chat, and we'll be able to get to them at the end, like everyone has been doing so nicely. I mean, Yuval already took over my first main slide, which is really about what the story of eSight is. So just for that background, again, it was an electrical engineer who really just wanted to help his two sisters go ahead and see. With that central vision loss, he said, if we can put a man on the moon, we can definitely help my two sisters see in some way, shape, or form and be able to be mobile while at it. eSight's actually been recognized for our eSight 3 as one of Time Magazine's best inventions of 2017, along with some other really great products. A finalist for the best breakthrough technology at the Canadian Innovation Awards in 2018, and one of the best wearable technology solutions from Health Tech Digital Awards in 2019. Now, if you are wondering, because I have gotten this question during this presentation before, I am not the inventor. I am not Conrad Lewis. I am just a technician that knows the product pretty well and has been able to train quite a few number of people on it. What many of you are probably wondering is just what is eSight? What we like to call ourselves is one of the premier solutions for vision loss, really pertaining to central vision loss while retaining mobility. On the device itself, it's really designed with the user in mind. It's designed to be comfortable, connected, and lightweight, as well as really sharp images from a high-powered camera and some amazing computer algorithms that basically trick your eye into thinking you're looking at something much, much, much closer. We have a really cute video on our website. I urge you to go and check it out. It explains pretty well how eSight works. But this is my answer when someone asks me how eSight works. Essentially, there's an HD camera right in the front of the device, right in the middle, with a couple of infrared sensors that help with autofocusing. And through a set of prisms and algorithms, the image is then translated through the device to the user's eye, so they can hopefully see more clearly. And if you are actually to think about it, this is a little bit different than glasses for those that are new to vision loss. Our macula at the back of our eye is shaped kind of like an ill-formed C, or it's just a little bit concave. And what happens when glasses are needed is basically light is entering the eye and not necessarily hitting the right spot. It's either too short or too far, and that's when you'll need glasses in the front. You need your nearsighted or your farsighted. What happens with vision loss a lot of the time is, especially central vision loss, this macula here is comprised of millions and millions of cells, millions and millions of photoreceptors. And if they aren't working the greatest, no matter how much that light enters and hits there, we get those gray spots There are images that you may not be able to see completely, and it can happen anywhere in the eye for a number of reasons. And all eSight attempts to do is blast those photoreceptors with additional information so that the healthy ones can pick up the image and go ahead and see more clearly. And then beyond that, as much as it's helping those photoreceptors, there may be some distance vision that needs to be improved as well. So with the ability to zoom up to 24 times, change contrast to blacks, whites, yellows, and blues, as well as freeze images and change focus, really, it's an all-in-one tool that we've tried to go ahead and create to help people take everything that they've already had that's been helping them and put it into one device. I see Yuval is wearing it right now, which we'll talk about in just a little bit to display a few key features. But I want to talk about who eSight can benefit. There are a lot of eye conditions out there in the world, and what I like to say as a sighted person is that every single person's vision is completely unique to them. It's like a fingerprint. As much as we can go ahead and tell you that eSight could be beneficial for people with macular degeneration and Stargardt's disease, diabetic retinopathy, ocular albinism, and many others, it really comes down to needing to try the device. There are indicators that we go through and have created a really great screening method to do over the phone via telehealth best practices. But essentially, you're all unique. Every single person in this world is unique, and that goes for your eyesight as well. What I will say is there are some really key determining factors. So if you are wondering if eSight is beneficial for you, whether you have an eye condition that has mainly central vision loss or other rapid eye movements, there's also some pieces that revolve around your field of view and your best corrected visual acuity. So if you've ever been to the doctor's office for a vision assessment in the last number of years, you'll usually get a number that revolves around 20 over blank for your different eyes. And with glasses, eSight usually works best for a distance acuity between 20 over 60 and 20 over 800. What's interesting though is that we've seen individuals even at 20 over 1400 gain some benefit with eSight. Vision isn't the only piece when it comes to visual acuity though. Because we're a central vision enhancer, we look to find candidates who have 15 degrees field of view. And if you're at home right now, there's 2 little tests you can do for this if you don't already know. Number one, if you have a nice piece of paper in front of you, a letter-sized piece of paper, if you hold it up at arm's length right in front, you can go ahead and see everything on the edges. That means you have at least 15 degrees field of view. If not, you can hold your pinkies. I know I have a little background going on here, but if you hold your arms out and you wiggle your pinkies and can see them, maybe Yuval can just demonstrate really quick for us there. If you can wiggle your pinkies and see those at arm's length, again, that's usually 15 degrees field of view. The last few pieces for anyone out here wondering is about tech. It is a tech product. That doesn't mean you have to be super techy. We work with anyone and everyone, but the real thing that we always go after is if someone's willing to put in the work on their side, we're willing to put in the work on our side. So there's obviously a few other criteria altogether, but I did want to mention those as well. Now, when it comes to eSight's performance, listen, there are a lot of devices out there that are excellent, but one thing that we love to stress is the fact that we are the first clinically validated and FDA registered solution for sight improvement. There was a study done with 6 major university and healthcare clinics and practices that have basically taken 51 participants over the course of a 6-month span and done a really important study called eQuest, or the quality of life study that goes along with eSight. This was published in the Journal of Optometry and Vision Science, and on average, most people, so long as they met the right criteria, fit between finding out that they had 7 lines improvement in visual acuity, a 12-letter contrast improvement, and the most important piece, 100% mobility retained. So I'm going to ask Yuval to demonstrate just a little bit what why our device is, you can retain the mobility. If you just point underneath Yuval and just give a little flip up to your glasses, you'll notice that we have something called a bioptic tilt. This is our patented technology. With those living with central vision loss, a lot of people still have that peripheral vision, and we wanted to make sure that there was access to it so that you wouldn't get motion sick while walking, so that you can see everything around you and use your existing vision for the things that you already love to do. You can have the eSight tilted all the way down for very specific tasks, as we have right now. You can have it tilted all the way up for comfort while walking around. And then there's also the midway position, which allows you to go ahead and see something off in the distance, but still have access to that native peripheral vision. Some of the other devices out there may do very similar when it comes to improvement in acuity or other contrast, but when it comes to mobility, we are really the only ones out on the market. Now I have this slide in here that just talks about the clinicians that we work with. We really pride ourselves on working with so many different doctors. And what I ask of all of you who are joining us here today is the fact that if you have a doctor and you haven't been in the last little while, ask them if they know about eSight. The only way we can have widespread knowledge is that we have potential users, is that we have people who are interested sharing that information with their doctors. And just because they haven't heard of it doesn't mean we aren't out there. And I'll give you an example for myself. I went to an ENT, an ear, nose, and throat doctor, probably about 6 months ago before the entire pandemic. And he was mentioning that I need to go ahead and obviously keep my nose a little bit more clean every now and then. I told him about something I saw online called, I don't know, it was one of the vacuum ones. And he said, I've never heard about this, but I've been seeing it probably for the last 5 years. Not to say that I took anything less from that he didn't know about it, but as soon as I shared it with him, he actually told me he started recommending it to some other patients of his. So just a really interesting way that we can action ourselves and have something cool to go about doing. And that's how we can bring our device to the right people at the end of the day. I do want to open the floor. I think that was a good 10 or 12 minutes just about the overview of the device. We can definitely talk more about specifics, but I will now open the floor and I'll let Yuval continue to be amazing at being a host over here.
Oh, amazing. I've never been called that as a host, but I do appreciate that. Thanks so much. If you want to stop sharing your screen, that would be terrific as well, just so that we can get everybody involved. At least I can see it. I'm only using one screen here. Okay, so I will pop open a couple of people here. I mean, I have one person I don't recognize here, Kyle Williams. I will unmute you. Feel free to unmute yourself now after I ask for permission. Feel free to ask Jordan or anyone from eSight a question.
Good
Hi,
evening,
Kyle.
everybody. Hi.
Good evening.
Hi, you guys can hear me clearly?
Yeah, where are you right now?
Perfect. I am in South Africa.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
So I do know Jordan. Hi, Jordan. You may not recognize my name, but I work for a distributor in South Africa for the eSight.
Cool.
It is an amazing product. I am visually impaired myself. With this pandemic that we are currently facing, and most part of our country being under lockdown, there has been slight restrictions that has been slightly lifted. However, I'm now starting to get clients that would like to try the eSight. And with the whole social distancing thing that needs to take place, and the individual actually doing the demonstration, whom would be myself, being low vision myself, I need to, be close to the client. I need to adjust the headband, make sure that it is sitting comfortably, not putting all that pressure on the nose, because the client does not know the controller. I want to also give it to the client. I'm going to have to touch the client's hand to put his or her hand on a specific button to perform specific tasks. What would be, in this pandemic that we are facing now, the best way to make sure we do provide clients with demonstrations and keep both ourselves and themselves safe? Can something like that, which is an eSight demo, be done virtually?
Really great question, Kyle. And yes, I recognized your name as soon as I saw it. So thank you so much for joining and joining us from overseas. In North America, what we have available to us, we do perform demonstrations virtually quite regularly. We've actually been really on telehealth since before it was cool, I think is the best way to describe it. We've been working on telehealth best practices for the last 3 to 4 years, where we deliver a unit directly to a client's door with a little service charge and operate over video call. As much as being there in person is definitely a better experience when it comes to feeling different device pieces, explaining where items are. There are ways that we have gone ahead and done this successfully, especially over the last 6 months, where people are locked in their homes. I'd be happy to discuss further after this on what that can look like for you and the team out there, because we've seen that success all the way through here in North America.
That will be amazing. I would love to have a chat with regards to that and promote the eSight much more. And even though one wants to think of sales, my main goal is awareness. The more people we can make aware of the eSight and the amazing product that it is, I'm all in for it.
That sounds fantastic, Kyle. We'll definitely connect after this.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Jordan.
Thanks, Kyle, for the question. We also have John. I thought I lowered your hand. You have another question? Or did I not do it properly? John, are you with us?
Well, while John's getting organized, I think I'm going to answer a couple of the questions just in the chat for those that aren't paying attention to the chat. Really good questions in the chat over here. So I see one: would this help someone with glaucoma whose optic nerve is damaged? There are many users that live with glaucoma and optic nerve damage, but again, getting in touch with us to go through an initial assessment and finding out if you do qualify is the best way to find out. And we'll definitely provide our phone number to be able to do that. There are, I guess, live agents ready to go. I guess.
Yeah, I get.
Sure. Christine writes, I was born 3 months premature. I am 38 now, and I am legally blind with some vision in the right eye. Would I benefit from eSight? We do have many users that only have vision in one eye. There is the ability to actually only have one screen on in front of your eye, so there's no misinformation to the other one. And again, I'll repeat my answer. Getting in touch with us to go through an initial assessment, which takes only about 10 minutes, will let you know whether or not we believe eSight will benefit you. Where
Awesome.
can we see it in Los Angeles? eSight is actually available virtually to be delivered directly to your home. As far as being able to see it in person, there are a couple organizations that have it in LA. I ask that you please go ahead and consult our website at esighteyewear.com, and there is a locations tab that you can go through there.
Thank you, Jordan. I have a couple more questions here. Robert Wilson, I'll go ahead and promote you to speak at this webinar or whatever that function is. How are you doing today?
Great.
Yes, I could. Hi, Robert.
Good. I am a practicing doctor in low vision care in Central Florida area. And how is this unit, because I assume you're using some type of magnification with your unit to allow people to see. And this particular unit, how does it fit in with the use of telescopic devices for sight and bioptic positions in glasses that are prescribed? And also, what are your problems and you mentioned you had some difficulties or training obstacles. Is this unit designed to use for reading, or is it designed more as a spine device for mobility purposes? And if you're reading with it, and I understand it's kind of like a telescope then, you're having to move the print, not your head? Because it sounds like a fantastic autofocusing telescopic system is what it sounds like it is. I'm just trying to figure out how it fits in to a low vision practice and how that happens or how it's marketed. Because so many oftentimes I find that people coming in, the biggest problem right off the bat is they're not wearing the proper glasses refractively to see better distance after that. I just want to get that type of back.
Thank you, John. I'll go ahead and mute John there for a moment. Sorry about that, but Jordan, go right ahead. I mean, I do have the picture-in-picture up if you want me to go ahead and demo what's on my for eSupport.
Yeah, we'll hold off for 1 sec on that one because I think, Rob, thank you so much for your question. It's excellent. A lot of different pieces there. And I believe, I think we have a user here who's actually one of our peer-to-peer coaches, Rosa, who would have some answers to begin with, but I'll just really quickly start. Yes, we do have magnification up to 24 times. In terms of practices, there's no limit to what, for the most part, for what people can do with eSight other than driving and operating heavy machinery. Everything else is really much on the table when it comes to reading, when it comes to golfing, when it comes to any activity of daily living. It's a really great tool for that. Rosa, did you want to just add on a few more pieces just from an actual user perspective?
Yeah, I think one of the questions the doctor was asking about the refractive lenses, you don't have lenses with yours, but if you can show the support frame, that would answer his question. So, sir, we would have lenses that go in that support frame for people who do wear RX glasses, and that is my situation. So my prescription lenses are below, which corrects my vision to about a 2150, 2200 acuity on the eye chart. And then with the enhancement of the eSight and the magnification, the contrast, the color changes, things like that, I am able to magnify the images that are being presented on the screens. So yes, you can use them for everything and anything that Jordan mentioned. Reading, I attended college. I recently obtained an associate's degree in business with the use of my eSight. I would have never made it through algebra without them. So when in the point of reading, if you're familiar with low vision devices, which I'm sure you are, CCTV would be the most comparable example. So like a CCTV, the image would be presented on a screen. In this case, the screens are right in front of your eyes. I am able to magnify the image up. And I would move my head, not the paper. So I would hold a paper in front of me or a book or something on a stand, and I would scan left to right with my head using the camera that's on the front of the visor. And that's how I would read objects or materials or things like that. I would not be scanning the material left and right. Does that help to answer some questions?
Yeah, it helps. So do you use this, and what's its application in work and the workplace and things of that nature? Are you able to use it on a CCTV or on a regular computer terminal?
You would use it on a regular computer because the eSight acts as the CCTV. I can magnify anywhere from 1 to 24x on the eSight itself. It has replaced my CCTV. It has replaced my monocula, my glasses with the bioptic that is loaded onto the upper right screen of my glasses. It's replaced that.
Just out of curiosity, does it work similar to your bioptic that you have in your glasses?
No, sir, it's much better. My bioptic that was in my glasses was a 2x power or a 2.5x power, and it was just that, a 2.5x power. So it would help in some spotting situations, spotting a street light, spotting a walk sign, things like that. But if the street light or the walk sign or the image I'm trying to look at is too small still at a 2.5x, I had no way to make that larger. With the eSight and the manipulation of a couple of dials on the remote, which I don't know if you showed Yuval, maybe he doesn't understand there's a remote.
Yeah, I understand there's a remote.
Yeah, so I can magnify up to any image that I'm trying to look at. So my bioptic spotting scope would just be a small section I can look through, tilting my head into that particular spot. With the eSight, I'm just looking straight, and wherever I point my nose, which is the camera is located just above, I am able to look at anything in front of me. So I can be moving left, right, up, down, scanning my environment, zooming in and out, in looking at everything around me.
So it sounds like this is a virtually an auto-focusing telescope.
It does have autofocus and it has manual focus.
Right, and it's basically a zoom system.
Yeah, so you zoom up and down, you can change colors and contrast, you can do freeze frame. So if there's an image that's changing, like there's a sign that's flashing information and then it's rotating to different information, you can capture the image so you have time to zoom in and read it before it flashes off again. It has picture taking capabilities, which was helpful for school because I was able to take pictures of the board and presentations. And then I was able to bring it home and bring up those pictures, copy down the notes and things like that after the fact.
Right. Okay. So how is this unit then? I don't want to take all your time, but how is this unit?
Is that John again?
Yes. Yeah. Bob. How is this unit then prescribed by a doctor in practice who's seeing patients on a routine basis who need this type of product?
Yeah.
I guess Jordan can answer that probably, but I would assume you would just refer them to us. Jordan?
Yeah, so there are a few different ways. I'd love to be able to continue that conversation, but there are a few ways that you can recommend the device to patients, and we can attempt to work through for different insurance coverages, especially through certain private insurers, to be able to prescribe it for that patient. What I'd love to do, Dr. Wilson, if we can take this and if you would like to call me directly, I'd be happy to get you organized. We also have a representative out in Florida, local to the Florida market, that may be able to work with you a little bit more closely as well.
Okay, appreciate it.
Thank you. Excellent. Thank you, Dr. Wilson. We have one last question. I'm going to give this to Justin Swanson. I'm going to go ahead and allow Justin to unmute himself. I think it could be Justin. I see there's no I in there. So Justin, hello, Justin, how are you? Yep.
Oh, good. Couple of questions. I've been looking into these devices for the past 2-3 years or so. And I'm just curious to ask, why isn't the controller like a Bluetooth? Everyone I've seen, if I remember correctly, are all wired into the headpiece.
Mm-hmm. I can answer that. The main reason, really great questions. Never the first time we've heard it, and definitely won't be the last. But essentially, when in first design, because there's a lot of computing power that's happening in the actual controller and the headset, we wanted to ensure that there was no latency or lag between what the controller was manipulating, meaning the zoom, the focus, the contrast, and what the user was seeing. Because it's tethered right now, we have the ability to reduce that to 70 milliseconds or less, which is basically you can't tell that there's any difference from what you're trying to press and do. In the future, who knows, hopefully we can be wireless so that it's more compact and a little easier to use.
Okay, that makes sense. Also, I wear scleral contacts, and my vision's at the point where regular glasses doesn't really help like the contacts would. Would I be able to wear contacts with this device?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Because I know I recently, like a month or so ago, purchased a set of it's like what jewelry people use. They can switch out the magnifications of these lenses. And I use it for stuff working on, like, woodworking and measuring and stuff like that. And I noticed if it's too close to my eyes, I can't see it clearly. Can you adjust the headset farther away from your face or closer by any chance?
There is a way to adjust a little bit. The best spot for it is to be at about a 1/4 inch away from your face. But that would be done all through. It's a little bit of trial and error when it comes to finding that best, nicest spot for you.
Okay, so everybody's spot's a little different, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for your question, Justin. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I do appreciate everybody staying over time. I know it's 1:09 Eastern. So thank you everybody for being here with us. You guys can stay here. If anyone has any further questions for Laura or for Kirshat, we can talk further, but if everyone's all cool, then that's everything from us at eSight. But we'll get started with some Q&A if anyone needs anything. Jordan, thanks so much for that great presentation. I feel like you've done it before, so that's great. And Rosa for helping me out with a couple of those questions that Dr. Wilson had. Kershaw, how are you doing over there?
Yeah, I am perfect.
Good. Are we ready with that announcement now? I know you said that there was going to be an announcement.
Yeah, we need some time. I think
Okay.
we'll be announcing it in next 3 months. But I would like to remind two important information. Everyone can download WeWalk application. It's free of charge, and then they can get latest updates about the WeWalk. And also, as I said, we are at the pre-order stage, and with the 30% off. Don't miss the chance.
Okay, cool. And I hear that you're sold out right now, but is there like
Yes.
a mailing list that you can subscribe to so that we know when there's more canes available?
Yes, they can visit our website and subscribe our email list. Also,
Perfect.
they can download our iOS and Android application as well.
Amazing. And for us, we have another event next Thursday, Accessible Living, where Carrie Morales will be here from Live Accessible. She'll help us, how to handle a situation where your child is low vision, and a couple of tips and tricks. Of course, every Monday we're here, so you can register to our coffee chats where we just talk about anything in the community. You don't have to be a customer to join. You can just join whenever you want. It's available on Monday at noon every single day, or not every single Monday. So every Monday of the week, let's just say. Okay, so do we have any other questions or anything like that for our speakers today? Perfect. Well, I'm happy to hear that because we've answered all the questions. So again, don't forget to go to WeWalk.io if you want to view a bit more about Kershaw's story and his products. And of course, our Braille jewelry, elegantinsightsjewelry.com. If you want to see more of Laura's wares, along with her being at NFB between July 14th and the 18th at West. That's it from us today. Thank you so much for joining, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again on Monday or Thursday of next week. Bye, everybody.